Hey everybody, welcome to Austin Avenue Unplugged. We've had a busy week at the office. At the time of recording this, we are on spring break. All the kids around Brownwood are cheering. All of the teachers are like, dang, it's Friday on spring break.
Yes.
We have to go back in 3 days.
Everybody else who works is like, my husband and my son are at home and I have to go to work.
Yeah.
True.
It's just normal.
I have talked to a lot of parents this week about like if they're excited when spring break comes around. And they're usually really excited about the trips that they have, or like if families are coming in, they get to see their cousins. But they're like, yeah, I still have to work. And my kids have to stay at home. And immediately when they come home, it's like, oh, let's go and do something. It's like, I just worked for 8 hours straight.
Yeah.
And now I'm babysitting my kids. They're not babysitting. You're raising your kids.
Well, I've noticed that Donita gets so many phone calls from her children.
That she wouldn't get if they're in school.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
What do you want now? No, it's fine. Don't hit your brother.
So as a parent of a high schooler, a middle schooler, and an elementary kid, do y'all view spring break differently?
Well, they have, and I'll use this in quotes, they have built-in babysitting. At least Gracie does. Lily came back from her trip, so she's at home, and Gracie's at home, and Mom's at home. And so I don't have to deal with those phone calls.
That's very true.
Except I got a really good one a minute ago. They're like, hey, you want to join us for lunch at the train station? I'm like, yes, I do.
Yes. That sounds great.
So, yeah, other than that, no, I come home and they're all just sprawled out on the couch watching. Like, I think Gracie's in kind of a Marvel run. And so that Spider-Man was, I don't know where that puts them in the whole
They're ways
chronology.
in.
So anyway,
Nice.
so yeah, it hasn't changed a lot for me.
I couldn't think of a better way to end a work week than going to the train for lunch.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited.
good.
I hope we can hurry up.
Well,
I may just go sit there.
I may just crash your party.
Join us.
Hey, that sounds great.
Doug's going to walk in like, sorry, family.
Sorry.
I invited the entire office. I couldn't stop.
These people are.
Is Trine pretty busy over spring break with sports?
Playing
and...
some pickleball.
Okay.
I don't think he played a lot of tennis this time.
Yeah.
Just some pickleball and hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
They're headed to
Hey,
Abilene today.
But no like school
nice.
sanctioned events?
No, they gave them a break.
That's
That's
nice.
nice.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Hey,
Never
were your
happens in
feelings
sports.
hurt that Trine didn't invite you to play pickleball with him this week?
Jyles would have been blinded by
ask me.
trying playing pickleball.
Yeah, I was the other day.
Ask me that question.
Douglas,
Yeah.
were your feelings in any way, big or small, a little hurt by Trine not inviting you to play pickleball?
You know, I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes. Trying to hope you hear this. Like, I was weeping. Like, I fell asleep crying into my pillow last night when I heard that you played pickleball and you didn't invite me. Your dad said, yeah, Trine invited his friends to play pickleball. And I'm like, am I not your friend, Trine? Nope, I'm not. I'm the really old guy who yells at him for 25 minutes every Sunday.
I actually did get to
viral.
spectate a little bit of this pickleball that they were playing.
Yeah.
And for the sake of the residents of Brownwood, I'm glad you weren't there. It was shirts versus skins. And I think everyone was on the shirts team, or on the skins team.
Yeah.
I only had a shirt on.
Like somebody, like, you could have like opened up your window and like, why are there fluorescent tubes
Yeah.
out there? Like,
He came home a little
like there's
sunburned.
an LED
Did he?
Oh, wow. He did.
all over.
Yes.
You could see the farmer's stand from across the block. The forearms looked inappropriate color.
Yes. Looks like he had a white T-shirt
He's
on.
wearing a really white shirt.
I used to have a yellow T-shirt that was just enough of my skin color that at first glance of someone driving by, you would think I was not wearing a
wearing
shirt.
anything.
Yeah, but it had black words on it, so it's like a tattoo. All this.
Oh, that's a great idea. There's something in the works now. Everybody else is getting shirts for different things. Lance has a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You have a shirt.
He does have a shirt. I had one of his shirts.
Yeah.
What
I
Trine
still don't know who started that whole thing, but
Oh, I know, but I'm not going to say.
We're not gonna rat him out on the
No.
podcast.
all I know is
MW.
if I was in college, I would get like NIL money for that. Name, image, likeness,
likeness.
but I'm not in college, so I got nothing for people wearing my face on their shirt.
That's too bad.
I'm really sad about that.
And Lance's is in fish form.
That is true.
Yeah, it's not even. What about yours? Do y'all have any elementary spring break?
Elementary.
events?
Well, we're going camping this weekend, and I'm
Okay.
super excited. now that I work and I have to take days off, I'm really reluctant to take those days off until we've planned accordingly, like this early in the year. So we're just taking a weekend, kind of skipping out on some stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to the state park. Super excited. I love the lake, and it'll be nice to set up camp for more than a night and relax and have no TV, have no screens, and just kind of enjoy each other.
Okay,
Looking forward to
so
it.
what? Just give me. You said set up camp, so give me a little. I mean, are we talking about like tents? Or what
Yes.
are we talking about? Okay.
Aaron and I will be in a tent. Gordon is going to put up his tent. We got new cots because we're old and we do not need to sleep on air mattresses anymore. So excited. So we got cots, and Aaron got us memory foam toppers.
Okay.
And it's so comfortable. I've never slept on anything that wasn't a bed.
Yeah.
It was that comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, no hip pain, no
Yeah.
shoulder pain.
Yes.
That makes a big difference.
A huge difference.
So I'm very excited.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll each have our own tents. I have a kitchen set up that I will get to test out.
Okay.
Some new gear that I've used once, so it'll be fun to use it again. Yeah.
Okay. So after you join us at the train station today, then we're going to join you for camping.
Hey,
so
please do.
How
It
many
would be
memory
super
foam?
Well, we only have 3.
Okay.
But-
Well, I don't know which one of your family members won't get one, but as long as I get mine, I'm good.
Seniority.
Well, then I guess that means Gordon doesn't get one.
Well, that seems pretty intense.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
It'll be very.
Hey, if you're listening, it wasn't just the awkward sound. Like everybody had a pained look on their face
Oh, yeah.
when Jyles said that. I
Everybody
just want
dropped
you
their
to know.
heads.
Yeah, it's just like, oh.
Their chins went down and their eyes
I
went up.
know. In post production, Sarah's going to be that wah, wah.
If I can find the free noise to do that. I found an elephant once.
Well, I found this interesting. Like this whole week, I've been asking people, or especially last week when spring break started, if they had any plans or anything exciting, and a vast majority of families said, "No, we're going to stay home.
Yeah.
We're going to hopefully enjoy one another. But
Yeah.
even if we don't, we're still going to stay at home, and we're going to watch some shows or get some chores done, do some
Yeah.
spring cleaning."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every kid was excited about that last one. But last year, I remember around this time, we were going to Kayenta,
Oh, yeah.
Arizona,
right.
and
That's
to
right.
Mesa, Arizona, over a spring break mission trip. And we were thinking about kind of like the timing of it and the rhythm of it. If we do it every year, then families never get a spring break. They never
Oh.
get to go out and travel.
Like LTC with Easter.
Kind of like LTC with Easter. Yeah, we don't want to be away for every Easter Sunday.
Right.
And so we decided that every other year, so not in 2026, but in 25 and in 27, 29, the odd years, we're going to take a long mission trip
Yeah.
over spring break. That way the other years people can travel. Well, last year when we were doing the Arizona thing, there were a lot of families that were like, man, we would actually really love to go, but we have plans. So we can't this time, but we would love to go next time. And they were kind of heartbroken that
we didn't
they
get
were
this year?
traveling
Oh, that they
and,
missed
and
out.
that they
Yeah.
couldn't go.
Yeah.
And then this year comes around and we're not having a mission trip and everyone's like, yep, staying in. Not going anywhere. So,
Although,
whoops.
didn't you have a few people, not to embarrass anyone, but a few people who asked, like on Friday, like last Friday, they're like, what mission trip are we going on for spring break? And you're like, that's 2 days from now. Like, you would have heard already.
No, yeah.
Hopefully, you would have heard already.
Yeah.
We do not plan week-long mission trips 72 hours in advance, unfortunately.
I don't know why not. That would be so
I mean,
fun.
can't we spring it on them?
Yeah.
We do have a 12-hour drive of planning things on the way up there.
Is there a plan
Could
for
spring
next
it on
spring
them.
break?
There is, yeah. Nothing like we're going to leave at this time on this date or anything.
There is an idea that
a
we're
direction?
going somewhere.
But west.
West?
Yes, there you
Go west,
Walk
young
west.
man.
Yeah. We try to visit our local sites during spring break. Although spring break is an entire week, it's not quite long enough to go overseas.
Yeah.
And that's just a big endeavor to try to do.
Sure
and,
is now.
it's harder for families to do it and things like that. So all of our local ones, we say local, they're in
U.S.
in the U.S. Yeah, we'll call
Yeah.
it that. Or even
Domestic.
we'll just say like in America, right? Like South America, Latin America, Central, all that. So like Monterey, that's an option. The Arizona ones we support too in Arizona. And then we go to Houston every summer already, and we support Carlos down there.
Yeah.
He's awesome. We love going to visit them. So we try to hit those every few years. And I think actually just recently did Roland go to? Oh, I asked a Bowen about a Bowen.
No,
Whoops.
no,
I broke the rule. Were there some
know.
people in Monterey just a few weeks ago? Is that right?
Roland and Mario went to Monterey just a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Are we not allowed to ask questions about family? I can't ask.
Well, just
you
for
about,
this one.
The joke is a Bowen usually doesn't know where a Bowen is.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have any pull with your father-in-law, will you have him start supporting a missionary in the Bahamas? And I will gladly, I will
You'll do a
be
site
that-
visit?
I will be, yeah.
Yes. Are we going to go church plant? Like,
Yes.
I'm on board for
Yes.
that.
We
Let's
on the
go.
beach,
Yes.
church plant in the Bahamas.
I'm actually reading a really interesting book. It's like a social science book. And I think in another life, I would really love to be a social scientist, if that's a thing. If not, in another life after that, I would love to make that up. And it's
So you have to do some prep work in your next life for the following.
Yeah,
life.
like a phoenix. Just kidding. Beauty
Just
from
rise
ashes.
from ashes.
Okay. But it's titled Toxic Charity, which sounds really hardcore, but it's really not. But it talks about like benevolence work and mission work and things like that. And it's actually really interesting about sometimes we just go on these mission trips and we come back feeling good, but how much help did we really do?
Yeah.
Did we just paint the orphanage 6 times
Yes.
in
Right.
6 summers?
Yeah.
Did it really need it? And
Yes.
it kind of challenges us less towards dependency, that they just depend on us because we give them free food or give them free clothing or give them free money, and more towards every relationship ever is built on trust.
Yeah.
And so more towards a partnership.
Yeah.
And I'm 5 chapters of the 10 chapters in, halfway through, and it's been really
About halfway through.
That's great.
roughly 30%.
30%. Sorry, Lance.
Roughly. Yeah, he's traveling this week for
Yeah.
spring break
Yeah.
and sending us pictures. Kind of
Yeah.
jealous
Oh.
of
Yeah.
that.
Speaking of
Yeah.
beaches.
No joke.
He'll have to tell us about it when he
I
gets
know.
back.
Yeah, I was going to wait for the story
So-
when he gets back.
I had an interesting conversation with a good friend of mine who did mission work for several years. And one of the things he pointed out, he's like, you know what? Like when you're a missionary, you're far from home. Like it's so nice to have people come and visit. He said, but for some reason, people call and they say, hey, we want to come visit. And they're like, will you make us an itinerary of like what we can do
Work.
like all week long? And he's like, honestly, as a missionary, what me and my family would really love is for you to show up and say, hey, we just want to hang out with you. Like we can go sightseeing. He's like, when I'm in this place, like he's over in Scotland. He's like, I was a missionary. I didn't have the time or the resources to go, sightseeing.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea.
And he's like, then people come over and like quadruple my workload with all these things, and there's no relationship building. It's like we've got to go paint this and do that. And he goes, the best is when people just come over, they have meals together. He's like, we all get to go visit someplace. He's like, for my family, that was the most beneficial. He's like, but nobody ever wanted to do that. They assumed that like they were going to show up and he was going to like be a taskmaster for 4 or 5 days. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting approach. Like the missionaries need that support
Absolutely.
too, not just us painting the same house for the 6 days.
How long ago did you have that conversation?
Oh, it was probably 6 or 8 years ago.
Have you had the opportunity to do something kind of like that?
Not really, not a whole lot. Well, a little bit when I went to the Philippines. There was a lot of relational, but I mean they still had a lot of work for us to do too. So, but yeah, I just again he was so far away from home. It was just not. He was like, it's just nice to like sit down and talk about what's going on in Texas and and not feel like you're just rushing a bunch of people around.
A bunch of to-dos.
Yes.
I feel like we really had that opportunity in Salt River for sure. There was plenty to do, but it was all focused around meals. Like we had potlucks, we had a ladies group meet together. I think a men's group met together.
Yeah.
I kind of sat half of it out because I was hurt, and then the relationship class. But that's what we all take away, isn't it? Are those conversations that we had those last few classes, and that changes everything. That makes you more attentive to the work that they do there, like reading the newsletters. Excited to see them again on the next trip because it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's the relational ship. It's the relationship that changes the ministry,
Yeah.
not the to-dos.
Me, Shanna, and Waylon got pretty lucky because NCYM, a conference that we go to, was in
Yes.
Tucson, just 2 hours south of the
Yes.
Salt River
Yeah,
Church
y'all
Christ that
got
we
to
were serving
go.
at. So we got to go,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of people there that like recognized us but forgot the name, and same on our end too. There's a lot of
Yeah,
people
of
we
course.
recognized, but there was a lot that it was just like we were there yesterday, and then we showed up the next day. But actually, it was 8 months in
Yeah.
between.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to get back, and then their church was just growing, and so there's a lot of I won't say a lot, but there was a handful of people that came up like, "Hey, you seem to be known, but I haven't
haven't
ever
met you
seen you
yet."
around
Yeah.
here before.
Yeah.
Like,
Tell me who you are."
Yeah.
Like, I'm from Texas, and they're like, "Wow, that is quite the drive."
Yeah, wow.
I don't do this
You
every
do-
week,
That's a long commute.
but it is cool to go back and to not recognize people. It's not the exact same people.
Yeah.
And I remember having that same sentiment with, gosh, like during COVID, I remember going to like 13 funerals in that same year. Not all related to the pandemic.
a lot,
Some just
Yeah.
age, but some towards it. And it was so honoring to go to people that I loved and then look around being like, I know none of these other people here. It's kind of cool to see the wide
see their
impact
world.
Yes.
that I knew them in maybe this one avenue, but really their life was so much bigger than the way I just knew him or her.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of one of my life goals is I want there to be strangers at my funeral.
Right.
Hopefully not strangers to me. That's creepy. But strangers to everyone else that you look around and go, I don't know who these other people are.
Yeah.
that
We'll
are here."
send
Yeah.
out
neat.
invitations.
Yeah, if you can put that in the email,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Okay.
Send out a push
There's this-
notification.
There's kind of a story in the Bible about they're having a big feast, and so they go just wrangle up, strangers
from the corners.
on the street, and so that's well, I won't be alive for this, but like,
We can offer them something
yeah,
in return.
yeah,
We'll have a meal.
yeah, we'll have a meal.
Food.
Yeah, sure. Well, I heard a missionary came back. This is when we had MRN come into town, and I forget it was a kind of a South African country, but I can't recall which one it is. But he was sharing that he was there for I think it was like 16 years, and when he comes back to the States, the preacher got up and introduced them and welcomed them back, and he made a really good point that stuck with that family. Is that his kids, I don't think they were born there, but they were, for most of their lives, raised in this country. And so the preacher challenged the congregation not to come up and say, hey, welcome home. They just left home.
Yeah,
That was their home
Yeah.
in, I forget what country it was. But I thought that's really
Yeah.
cool, too, talking about did you say Scotland?
Yeah.
Missionary friend from Scotland. Like, he probably feels like that's his home.
yeah,
And then we'll come and visit his home and be like, hey, let me help out around the house.
Yeah.
And it's like, really, I would like to just show you
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
just kind of and just have a little bit of a Sabbath, and because for missionaries, I mean, they're just they have sacrificed their life and for their kids and their spouse, like it is a big deal, and so to just show up and say, man, we just want to say we love what you have done, and we don't want to add more work. It made me think about when we went to Arizona. Now I think about this, we had a couple projects. It was on a reservation, and so they had these little octagon. I can't remember what they're called.
Oh,
Gaga
gaga
ball.
ball.
No, not the
Gazebos.
they were houses, but there's an Indian word for it, but I can't remember.
Hogan?
Yeah, Hogan. That's right,
There you
Hogan.
go.
And so, like,
That's a pull from left field.
Yeah,
That's
way to
impressive.
go.
Love Indian stuff.
Wow, I knew we had you here for a reason. That is awesome. Okay, you
was
can
it.
leave now. You
Okay.
did well, all we need.
You've
My one
contributed.
thing I needed.
Wow. Way to go. Melinda.
She's
Out.
the designated hitter.
Yeah,
She
is.
stepped up to the
Yes.
plate.
She did.
Nailed it.
Nailed
Home
it.
run.
Yeah,
Grand slam.
that was. Yeah, we're
Get a
rounding
pinch
the
runner
bases.
in.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't even know why I wanted to describe that word because I like to make long stories out of short ones. But we had two groups. One of them that built bunk beds, and we had to we had to build we got to build like 100 of them, like 12 in each one or something. And so it was like a lot of work, a lot of lumber. Like we had to take 2 trips. With huge trailers just to get all of it because it's so heavy. Anyway, and then we had another crew that their job was they go out and the government cut down trees into manageable size logs because they're trying to thin out the trees. And so they allowed this church to come in that we were a part of, and they would gather up the woods. They were literally hauling like logs all day long. We rent U-Hauls and fill those things up. It was
Penske trucks?
so exhausting. Yeah, Penske. It was so exhausting. And we did that for like 3 or 4 days. We expected that. And like then we like got to go home and then so the first year one of the missionaries was there, and the second year when we went back he wasn't there. Like he had gone on vacation or something. I'm like, I was like, I wonder where that guy is. And I'm like, you know what? Like he probably has to haul wood all year round. He probably doesn't want to be like, hey, y'all want to come join us for 3 straight days of hauling wood?
Yeah.
He's like, we out. He's like,
I think there's a good point in there. Like any group that comes in, our goal is
Yeah.
to make life a little
Yeah.
easier for them.
yes.
And if you're going to a place that all they do all year is haul wood and build bunk beds,
Yeah.
it's nice to bring a group of, 20 or 30
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
over to get you ahead on that.
Yes.
And now you don't have to worry about it. You
Yeah.
can take a day or 2 off.
Yeah.
But if I'm going back to that Scotland guy again, if you're having to make work
Yes.
for these people that want to come and visit
Yeah.
you, that's not helpful.
Yeah. It's a weird dynamic because they're like, I feel like if I'm a missionary and a group of people come in and they're working hard and they're supporting my mission effort, I feel like I need to be there hauling wood too. Like that would be weird.
Yeah.
But so now I'm on the hook for being there for backbreaking labor for 3 days. And again, what you really want to say is, no, you're doing this all the time. I know this sounds weird, but if you should like find a way to excuse the missionary for just those work times. Say, hey, join us for meals, but like go do something. Enjoy just a little time off in a way, because it can be, especially when you're working in those places where there's never a time where there's not somebody knocking at the door or ringing your phone saying, I need help. And there can be quite a bit of ministry fatigue, missionary fatigue.
Well, so if we come in and take over and let
Yeah.
them have a break,
Yeah.
that would probably be more beneficial than
And just say,
painting the building.
if you're there for 4 days, say, hey, for the first 2 days, we're sending you and your wife or you and your family, off to this place. Y'all go. Like,
Yeah.
we'll
Send them
take
to
care
where
of
you
it.
came from.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll have stuff for them to do there.
Trade.
I was
Yeah.
thinking, how awkward would it be if you're like during the work hours, you enjoy yourself, don't answer the phone, like
Yeah.
you're off the hook, and then you see him
Yeah.
playing disc golf when you're
Yeah,
up there.
yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah.
my guy.
Yeah.
Enjoying himself.
Yeah, but you have to be intentional, because like if you bring in a group of people and say, hey, like what you want to do is say, hey, on Sunday morning you don't have to do anything. We'll do the singing, we'll do
Right.
the preaching, we'll do everything, and then the people are there like, man, they must not really like this guy at all because they won't let him do anything. They show up and take everything away from him. So you have to be very like, we want to give
Yeah.
this guy a break. He's been working hard for you and for the Lord.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and I have a personal relationship with some of our missionaries, and I like their teachings.
Yes.
And oftentimes I don't get to hear them in person.
Yeah.
And so when we show up, and then I don't know, this is the selfish part of like
Yeah.
the people
Oh, yeah,
that
no,
get
I
to go
get
in
it.
the park.
Absolutely.
And then you just hear the same people that you hear every Sunday back home.
Yeah, that's true.
And I know we live in a world that I can go and listen to any of those guys anytime from,
Yeah.
I don't know, from the last 6 years, probably at least.
That's the cool part.
So it is neat, and it's refreshing, hopefully, to the congregation that we're serving, that you have a fresh perspective and a different state of mind.
Absolutely.
And
So
a new voice up there.
Melinda, what I heard from Gyles's comment is that he's really tired of listening to me, and he leaves so he
It's
can
this
listen
way
to
now.
someone else. Is that what you guys?
Didn't
That's
we
what
I
talk-
heard.
I did too.
Didn't
Sarah,
we- Didn't we talk about a role switch?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Church office
That's
once
me.
upon a time.
We did a randomizer.
Yeah.
You
We
remember this?
did.
I forgot. I
Who was-
remember
And
you were
you were
you
the
were the
preacher.
guy.
Yeah.
The pulpit.
I
Yeah.
don't remember what
can't
everyone
remember.
else was.
I can't remember.
Donita
Sarah was
was-
mine.
Was I janitor?
Yes, you were
I
janitor.
remember Donita was rolling.
Yes.
She's in charge. I think we said for 6 months or for 6 weeks we were
6
going to do
weeks.
that.
Yes.
So none of our missionaries are getting paid for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And that's not a shot at Donita. That is such a deep world.
I was
that
gonna
every
say-
time I talk to
man.
Roland about it, I'm like, this thing is the biggest onion I've ever seen.
Yeah,
There's
I-
so many layers
I
to this,
hope-
and it makes me cry every time.
I hope he knows
true onion.
that if he ever fully retires and steps away, we're going to be lost.
I think if we redid
yeah.
that shuffle,
Oh, yeah.
it would be like all of us together do Roland's
Roland's
job,
job.
and Roland can do all of ours.
For sure.
And that would
mess
be
it up.
fair.
It'd be streamlined after that.
Yeah.
I was
Cool,
nervous
what you
about
cut
who was
out.
going to get Darlene's. Like,
Yeah.
are we going to get paid?
You don't want me doing the math.
I think it was Lance, so it should be okay.
Everybody will be paid in meatballs.
This is when we tried to get auto pay on
Lance would call in his mom and brother and be like, help.
Yeah.
the accountants.
Darlene, if you would just write 6 months worth of checks and put them in envelopes, and we will set them out.
I believe I was either you or Donita. I don't remember.
I don't
I was one
remember
of the
either.
desk. Yeah,
one of the
that
secretaries.
would be a hard one for me too.
You get in a rhythm. You really do.
I don't
Especially
think
when
I
it
could
comes to
edit the
phone.
podcast.
Yeah. you
Well, going
Yeah, you
back
could.
to our conversation we had prior to this, spring break is almost over, so it's maybe a little late. And by the time you're listening to it, spring break is in the rearview mirror for a few more days. But I think that's something that's a healthy reminder for us is if you are feeling overwhelmed, whether you're a missionary or a mom, or you're retired and your life is full, this is a hard word to say, but maybe God has not called you to that place of busyness and where you're just stressed out and overwhelmed. If you look all throughout the scriptures, God is calling his people to rest, to take time away, specifically with the Israelites, the Sabbath, but even on into the New Testament, we are called to stop, to slow down, to remember Jesus went away often. And so if you're in a time where you're like, I'm just stressed out, and the thought of somebody calling you and saying, hey, would you like to do something together? And your first thought is, I just don't have time or energy or whatever. Then maybe God is calling you to say, hey, why don't you lay down some things?
Yeah.
And don't feel guilty about that.
No,
The
please
God ordains work. I'm not saying that he wants you to never work. I mean, that is important, but we have to be careful not to overwork ourselves, because then we lose our passion and our joy and the reason we do it. So,
Yeah,
So the goal is to not rest from things.
Yeah.
We don't rest because we're burnt out and we're too
Yeah.
tired. The goal is to rest for things. So
Absolutely.
that when we do show up, we're
Yeah.
pleasant, we're
yeah.
stable-minded.
Yeah.
I don't know. We feel rejuvenated and
Yeah.
not just running on fumes
Yeah.
all the time.
Jyles will be writing a book soon. I'm going to make sure he puts that in there. Is we don't rest from, we rest
For.
for.
Yeah. I'm not writing a book soon,
Aw.
but I could do an alphabet book maybe.
I'll do the
I could-
foreword.
Okay. It'll be just as long as
Wow.
the book will
I
be.
think, I think that was a shot at both of us.
I don't
I
think
think
it
it
was.
was,
It was not
you threw
intended to be
a
that.
boomerang, it hit me, bounced off and hit you
Back
too.
to us.
I only have 3 words and Doug has way too many.
Love them. Well, thank you all for tuning in to Austin Avenue Unplugged this week.
Yes.
We enjoy making these. I hope that comes through the microphones and the camera, and that y'all enjoy
Yeah.
listening to them. Doug, would you like to close us?
Yeah, but just remember, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the comment button.
And if you would like to sponsor this episode,
We're open for sponsors.
I don't know what any of that means.
Melinda, is there any cleaning products we're short on?
Yeah.
Clorox, if you would like to sponsor this podcast.
Toilet paper.
Charming. If you hear this,
The biodegradable kind.
okay. Double ply, please. Double ply.
Scott brand.
Like 30 seconds ago was the perfect time to pray. And
We were so close to closing it
we were
off.
so close. And then we just like, how am I going to be able to pray now? I'm going to
Concordia.com.
struggle. I'm really good. Okay, I just need this is okay. That was too funny. Okay. Let's pray. God, thank you so much for giving us joy, for giving us friends, for giving us opportunities to slow down with what's going on in our life and just enjoy your creation, which we know comes in the form of stars and sunrises, but it also comes in the form of humans. Satan is using every tool he can to try to destroy and divide us. And there's a lot of ways in which he's succeeding. We've become very angry towards our fellow humans, and we watch the news or social media, and we're convinced that everybody out there is terrible. But what I do know is everybody out there is your creation, and you have called them to worship you, and you're calling us to love them. And so, Lord, we want to do that. Lord, I pray that we are grateful for all the people we come in contact with, and that we're able to shine your light into their lives in their difficult situations. God, I thank you again for friends and all you do for us. Lord, we just pray we can glorify you every day. It's in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.